Okay, we
chairmanship
need to
as
get
well.
to the motion.
Well, let me finish. Is that
I've let you go on, and we're gonna get to the votes.
Well, I understand that, but I don't remember ever cutting you off.
One of many tense exchanges at a U.S. Senate committee today. It voted to hold Dr. Anthony Fauci in contempt of Congress. The vote comes after Fauci, who served as the director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases during the COVID-19 pandemic, pleaded the Fifth Amendment more than 100 times before the panel just over a week ago. And journalist Steve Futterman is tracking developments for us from Los Angeles. He joins us now live. So, Steve, just as we saw last week, there were a lot of tense moments and exchanges, and senators, perhaps not surprisingly, voted along party lines in this case. Take us through what unfolded today.
Well, again, it was very contentious, as you saw in that clip, exactly on party lines, all Republicans voting in favor of the contempt motion, all Democrats voting against it. And before the vote took place, lots of back and forth. Let's take a listen to a couple of the Republicans, including the chairman, Rand Paul.
Documents tell only part of the story. Many of these questions can be answered only by Dr. Fauci. He answered none of them. There will be another pandemic. The time to determine which legislative reforms are necessary to ensure that the mistakes of the past are not repeated is now, not later.
It's been 6 years since the pandemic began. We have not had a reckoning of what happened. Last Wednesday's hearing was an excellent hearing from a standpoint of legitimate questions being raised, legitimate questions the American people want answers to, legitimate questions that some of them only Anthony Fauci, Saint Fauci, Mr. Science could answer.
And last week during the hearing, some Republicans accused Fauci of being responsible for millions of deaths. Now, Democrats had a much different view. They said this is a show trial, basically Republicans out to get Fauci. Take a listen to what some of the Democrats had to say.
Even during the darkest days of the McCarthy hearings, counsel were allowed to speak. We denied that opportunity to Dr. Fauci, and we should hear from his counsel before we move on this motion so that we can hear his side of the legal argument here.
So who's helped by this political theater? It's certainly not this committee, which now goes without answers to the important questions about our pandemic response that would help us prepare for future pandemics.
Now, Democrats tried to delay the vote several times. They delayed it by maybe 20 minutes, but the vote was taken, and Anthony Fauci has been held in contempt of Congress.
Okay, so with this step now completed, what happens next?
Well, a couple tracks could be taken. The most likely track is that this will be sent directly to the Justice Department. Normally, this would be sent to the full Senate, but the full Senate, because they can't overcome the filibuster, it would be basically dead on arrival there. So Rand Paul says we'll take it directly to the Justice Department. And again, the Justice Department will then decide, does it want to investigate? Does it want to prosecute Anthony Fauci? In the end, because this Justice Department seems to follow what Donald Trump wants on a regular basis, this could be Trump's decision. If he wants Fauci prosecuted, the Justice Department might try to go ahead and conduct an investigation. If Trump wants them to just avoid it, they might avoid it. It's a very unusual process, but this is sort of the culmination of years and years of disputes, especially between Rand Paul and Anthony Fauci. At one point, Rand Paul said he wanted Fauci sent to prison. Well, he's done something that takes it in that direction today.
Steve, thanks for this. That's journalist Steve Futterman in Los Angeles.